Basically, news is that the fact that Fernando's little brother Alberto Mendoza has entered the transfer portal, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I told D, I basically said D is thinking like, oh, this is like somebody looking to leave. Like, why would he do it? And I already knew it. I said, oh, more than likely because he got forced out. And yeah, he was. Basically, Indiana's plan is to bring in the quarterback from TCU that y'all saw
John
this
Cooper.
year.
Yeah, he a dog. He a dog.
Mendoza already know he ain't got a chance to compete. And to be honest with you, even if Hoover comes in and looks bad at practice, when you invest that much money into a fucking person,
You gonna start him?
yeah.
You gonna start him for a
Oh,
while at that?
I mean, boys, this is basically the new era of college football when it comes to this, man. I already said my pieces on it, and I'll eventually say it at the end of this segment. But it's transfer portal, man. Basically, this segment is what it's called. Regulations, rules. What do we need to finally get this thing to some damn sanity?
Well, after this, because the COVID boys, that should be the rest of them. Maybe they'll give them an extra year, so maybe 20.
Oh, they
Well,
like
they
20s.
shouldn't, but
Oh, they
yeah, they
my
shouldn't.
age.
I know that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't. But I did like what you told me, OG. We talked about it a little bit. Um, with the two things, transferring twice type deal. I'll let you go
The
into more
whole college.
detail. Yeah, the whole
Yep.
college thing. Oh man, but they're definitely. I don't know because I talked with my pops earlier, and he was like, they ain't gonna change shit because of the money. The money
Oh no,
coming
they're
in.
gonna change it. Oh no, they changed
I
it.
don't
They
know. I
did.
think they will because you're gonna be making money regardless. But
Yeah, because the NCAA. So the NC. My bad. Don't mean to interrupt you, Ro,
no,
but
you
the
good.
NCAA really don't see money from this, right?
Yeah, of
So
course.
really,
I'm
it's
saying the
not
individual schools and the players,
schools,
of course.
right?
Yeah.
So the NCAA, nothing to them for them to build some goddamn regulations. They need to seize control anyway. In fact, what we always thought anyway is the fact that they wanted to be like the Wild Wild West for the first 4 to 5 years when NIL happened. Because name, image, and likeness just used to be that these players receive money for jersey sales and video games. That's it.
Yeah. Facts.
Now you hear all EA does is just give them a free copy at $50.
Yeah, nigga.
Like,
Oh my
so
goodness.
so so no, the regulations are coming, man. But I want y'all to go ahead and give me y'all pieces on it. My bad, bro. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good. No, you made a great point. Um, yeah, I can see the regulations definitely coming. I don't know which direction they'll go in with it. Limiting how
Right.
many transfers, limiting how much money. I don't know. They probably can't do the money thing because, as I said, as we said, that's
Yeah,
individual
that got
universities. But
boy. It's
limiting
gonna get
when a person can play, when a person can't play. If you transfer, maybe you gotta.
yep, yep.
Yeah, maybe it's
You
a
gotta do
penalty with that. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
So we'll see. But D, I'll let you go ahead, brother.
Uh, yeah, I agree with that. Maybe like go back to when the old school days when if you transfer, you had to sit out for a year.
Mm,
Something like that. I think it will be it could be beneficial. To answer your question about Mendoza, he's apparently now at Georgia Tech. He just transferred to Georgia Tech 3 months, well,
Is it
not 3 months ago, three
is,
hours ago.
is it
So see,
official?
yeah, it's official.
All
I
right.
looked it up. So he's now Georgia Tech's quarterback. To answer the question though, yeah, there has to be some limitations and some restrictions to this because it's getting ridiculous. College football is starting to become bad when it comes up to just like the accountability aspect of knowing that when you're trying to do it's a team sport, right? All this money, all this fame you're trying to chase is not going to base your potential on how you may get into the NFL. It's still
Oh,
even to the point where I was watching Raw Room, right?
yeah.
Inside the Raw Room. And they were saying, bro, people don't even want to go in the league because they know they get paid more. And rookies don't get paid as much, especially if you're like in the later ends
Yeah.
of the draft. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Um,
oh no. Well, I guess my shit. Let me stop interrupting. But I guess what I gotta say about that is just the fact that I mean, most of them cats ain't going to the NFL regardless anyway. When we talking about the comparison of players that go to the draft and those that don't. So for them to get their money while they can, get money while you can. Um, and also, I mean, look, if it's your goal to get to the NFL, and get to the NFL. If it's not, then I guess you can squander in college all you want, but there's always a double dual edged sword with that. Like if you get hurt, like bro, you was already a French pick anyway, man. That injury that you had, basically you out the sixth and seventh, man. You gotta. I think the UFL talking about drafting you, which to me ain't no problem. Goal is you make it this far and you can play professional sports, you won.
Yeah, that's why that's a good point too. Like, if you already know there's gonna be people that's gonna um want to, it's not gonna make it to the league. But seriously, it just seems like football is more now based on money and trying to make it to where it's kind of like the NFL, where you have these free agency runs where you go into a team and based off money and based off not I mean, based and not based off potential. You know what I'm saying? As I was saying, a prime example of this is like Dylan Ray. I mean, it's like Dylan Rayola. Now this is different because who was expecting Dante Moore to go back, right? To come back to college, right? Like Dylan Raiola put himself in a situation, even though it wasn't on him, to where he's now a bench on the bench because Dante Moore has already started and played for Oregon, right? So is he gonna go back out in the transfer portal and go somewhere else? Like that's the thing that I kind of just don't like how they have all this access to like going to transfer portal and just being able to transfer out. You got TJ Finley playing for 7-8 teams. Like it's you know what I'm saying? It's just nasty. So I think for the restrictions, they need to just either go back to 2000 early 2000s. If you played, you automatically get. I mean, if you transfer, you automatically have to sit out a year, or you have to sit out for the first like 5 games or something like that, just so that you can get development. Um, or they might just have to just cut money down or do something because it just seems like
Yeah,
college football should not be like the NFL. It should not be a free agency. It should not be anything that has to do with like players getting quote unquote signed. And y'all saw it when we posted on the podcast clips. Like there's players literally doing signing things like NFL players now. So there has to be those type of rules. But that's all I got to say about that. And real quick about Mendoza going to Georgia Tech, that's about to be an issue for Georgia fans. That's about to be probably a little issue.
I
Alberto?
got a question.
Maybe
Haynes King, he going into draft, right?
potentially, yes.
Yeah, I believe so. I think he did enter his name. He's probably in a bowl game somewhere. I don't know where he at.
Okay.
I think I saw his
Believe
name. He might be in the Shrine Bowl. I think I saw his name in there.
But
I
Naya just
wonder how
said
good he's gonna be. He's a little undersized to me, but we'll see.
but
Yeah,
I
he
just
might
said
even
that
get drafted.
but I just said a little bit now this we're gonna talk about this a little bit later on. But Trayvon Diggs has been released by Green Bay. That's just
Yep,
real
I
quick.
just saw that. Yep, yep.
Um
I'll get to it.
but yeah man. Um is what y'all was gonna say? My bad.
I know. I was basically gonna say my spiel about this transfer portal thing, man. So this has been kind of sitting on my mind for the past couple of like 3 weeks about this whole entire transfer portal thing, man. It's a little bit of mixtures of grays everywhere. How I feel about it from every side, from parents, coaches, and players. Um, but y'all, so what I figured out, like what's going on with this. Hold that. Let me hold that thought. Sorry. Let me go ahead and put this laptop on charge.
Y'all let us know in the comments down below how y'all feel about this transfer portal because it is kind of getting to the point where it's ridiculous. So if anything, y'all let us know down in the comments.
All right. Sorry, y'all. Had to put this on the charger. But so when I was getting at, what I've been learning that's basically going on is like in this environment of college sports in general is the fact that when these kids come in, right? Um, when I'm learning from the transfer portal, which I did not notice. There's a good amount. In fact, it's over 50% amount of players that enter the transfer portal. They do not end up with a new scholarship. That means either we're going through a new team or they just sit in that portal for basically. till whatever, right? So, in my opinion, that's just dangerous itself because now you get into you and getting into more debt, and also it's the same thing with the transfer credits too. Not all the credits, even though most of these boys got to be in like business majors or communications major, whatever they in, home economics, whatever. For some reason the credits don't transfer and whatnot, so it kind of messes with their eligibility too as well. Um, I mean, that's just kind of a dangerous process, man. Because what I heard from this cat when he was talking about the basketball players, like basically these kids are collecting debt. Obviously, when you go to a new campus and you're not promised a scholarship, you got to find a way how to pay that. So probably here comes FAFSA, right? Okay. Then I guess on top of that, which I don't know why, but basically this how the way he explained it, but he never went into detail was the fact that basically, freshman year the athletes are required to be in the dorms. They are. All right. So that's requirement. A sophomore year, I guess when that first NIL money kicks in, how the way he said it, that the colleges basically push you towards to go buy an apartment or rent out an apartment, basically. Um, I to my for my whole entire benefit, I don't know why. If I'm getting paid room and board off the scholarship and NIL, why would it make sense to go get an apartment? I mean, these are just basically the behind the scene things going on with the transfer portal, man. It's a lot of questions that you just ask, like, well, what's going on? Why is this? I told D basically this is just like the campuses and whoever they linked up with circulated money between these kids. Um, and then another thing too is the fact that I guess a lot of them. I mean, I guess scholarships are so damn limited, and then the fact that you just give it NIL anyway. I mean, you really don't have to give that kid a scholarship because you just say, look, the NIL money can pay for your room and board, or we'll take a chunk out of this to pay for the room and board out the NIL deal. And then, we can allocate that scholarship to bring in somebody else good. Um, that's just kind of like the behind the scenes side of it. I feel about this personally is just the fact that regulations need to happen where the fact that you can only transfer 2 times your whole entire collegiate career, right? Just twice. That's all that needs. I think that's fair. I know Nick Saban talking about moving the transfer portal date to whenever. I say we just need to have 2. Okay, right before spring, so the start of January of the new year, transfer portal needs to open, and then right before, I want to say after spring practice or after spring training. So only 2 times I think that we need to have the transfer portal open. I don't think we're gonna stop anybody dealing with money or anything, feelings like that. So I think we just need to stop that conversation and nip it in the bud already. Because there's only so much you can do. Um, because basically it's like a grant at this point. You can't really put too much restrictions on that, even in law. Um, even though like how the way they presented it is a contract, but not really. Um, Another thing is the fact that let me just kind of bring about like the player and the coach's side of this and the parent side of this, man. Obviously, I get this. I mean, the reason why we have this environment, I know everybody wants to like put it on the players, but really it's the coaches, if you ask me. 'Cause my thing is, I mean, I heard UConn's head coach the other day for basketball basically said, "How do you coach somebody who feels like they owe you nothing? They like feels like you owe them something, and they owe you nothing, right?" That was his quote. Me, I find that asinine because I'm like, man, these kids don't owe you shit. Anyway, even before NIL, them kids didn't owe you shit. To be honest with you, you the one that brought them here on scholarship to recruit them, man. Just fucking coach. That's my thing. Just fucking coach. I don't like everybody wants to talk about how good their culture and their program is and all this other shit, but it falls flat due to a bunch of moody ass 18 to 22-year olds with a little access to money. You really can't control that. You don't have the aptitude, and your culture ain't good enough to basically stomp that in the ass and still coach these kids to the highest potential. You can't do that. I don't hear that shit. I don't. And so really, it's these coaches that's also entertaining the portal too because their coaches scared. So they got no problem bending towards these damn players' knees because they're fighting just to keep their damn job. I like Penny Hardaway. Because to me, I keep telling y'all, there's no fucking way that you as Penny Hardaway is gonna let that Penny Hardaway is having a conversation about a kid that's saying that basically before he gets to the transfer portal, gets to Memphis, is asking him demands, basically saying like, I need this much, got to make sure you don't recruit nobody under me, and this and that and there. Man, fuck that kid. I'm gonna sit there and pick a damn 0 star from goddamn JUCO and start his ass right now over that kid. I ain't picking up the phone for him. He ain't even gonna put out for me. Like, what's going on? So that's my deal on it too. And it's just like the fact that parents, if it's up parents, I need you to actually stop living life vicariously through your children. Um, let your kid decide how the way his collegiate career is going to be, because there's only one, and then and many won't hit professionals, man. So if that person wants to be the best football player that he wants to be, let him choose the campus. Let him choose the campus or college that's going to allow that. All right. And that comes with competition and diversity on its own. If this is a person that understands that, look, I know I'm not going pro, mama, daddy, but I think this is the best time that we could get some generational wealth and money that we'll never see. It's hard to make $1 million in your lifetime. Most of us will never see that shit. Just one. Most of us will never see it. So I understand that part too. Just be upfront with them. And just be upfront with your son, and players be upfront with the coaches, and then we can just basically let that exist, right? And other than that, that's how I kind of feel about this whole entire transfer portal thing, man.
I'm gonna jump on that a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
About the parents.
Mhm.
Um, prime example. Have y'all heard about that situation where the kid is 18 years old? Man, wasn't 18 yet, and his mother had to sign him to Tennessee.
Yeah.
When he had could have chose Ohio State. He decommitted. He was 18 years old. He became 18 that next week. Decommitted from Tennessee and went to Ohio State.
Mhm.
Like, and that's something that's understandable. But let's say if it's like, you're forcing your son to go to Oklahoma State when he wants to go to Oklahoma. Do you even know like the chances that that kid might not get starting time or playing time, or you know what I'm saying, and they gonna want to transfer again? Like,
I mean,
it's just a waste of time.
that's a risk. Like you said, that's a risk in any team. But I mean, this is a place that your son doesn't want to go, and he's pretty much got the resources to get himself out that situation, whether it be a benefit or not. Just ain't smart.
It's not. And
So,
I feel like if you're going to talk to your son or your daughter, whether that's her playing, doing gymnastics or doing whatever herself, right?
mm,
Let it be from a perspective of, hey, think about, you know, do you want to live in Oklahoma? Do you want to do this, do that? But like when it comes up to like the player, or if he wants to go to Oklahoma State or wherever, let him decide that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe help him out in the sense of, knowing how much it is to cost, how much it costs to have an apartment in Oklahoma, or how much it costs to do this or do that in a state,
if it
right?
was my children, they never had to get an apartment. You already got room and board. Why you need
That
an
is true.
apartment?
That is true.
Who the fuck are you? I don't give a shit if they gave you $2 million. You better sit your ass at that little funky ass dorm. Shut the fuck up. You want to give the money back to these damn people. I don't get these cats, man. Hey, that's me.
But all is said. I'm just basically saying that, just be aware if you're a player, man, especially these upcoming players that's coming to all these schools, man. If you're a player, decide on what you like. But don't, please just understand, if you transfer every single time you're in the season, new season, it's just gonna mess you up. So just stay on the team and don't allow yourself to feel like, well, hell, this dude over here, he is making 4 million. Let me go ahead and try to transfer over here because of that. Or don't do it because of, championship success. Sometimes playing at a team like West Virginia can make your name known. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm gonna stop there.
Well said, D.